It's been great. Really enjoyed hearing the different kind of aspects of growth within the gaming industry. I think it's important that people talk about the business side of things rather than just the fun creative stuff. I think people really need to understand what the difference is between different types of investment and how they can perhaps access that investment in the right way. I think it's definitely been that businesses need to start thinking about what their future strategy is going in 2, 3, 4 years in advance rather than living day to day. It came up on a number of panels that the realisation for the chief execs or the founders of businesses that they needed capital often came at the wrong time, only when they really hit the wall, rather than maybe they could have seen it coming in advance if they'd maybe been a bit more prepared. And I think having a group of people around you that have maybe been in that situation before to access capital or to scale a business, be it advisors, be it non-execs, in the long term rather than just as and when you realise you need it, it's probably a big takeaway for me. I think there's lots of interesting companies here. There's lots of interesting people speaking as well. So DC are investing significantly into growing our creative and digital presence, and so I head up that team. So it's really important for me, certainly in Manchester, I'm based up here, to just start telling people about the fact that we've launched this initiative and we're really keen to work with creative businesses in the north to access funding, because a lot of them don't really know how to do it. And for me, working with Vanessa and the team has been great. I've worked with them before. They're very organised and been able to kind of get the right people in the room for me today to have a conversation with. I would definitely say come along if you want to know how to focus on the things around gaming that aren't necessarily the headline grabbers. So we're not talking here about how do you control IP or what the IP is or how do you design and develop a game. This is all about how do you scale and grow a gaming business, which I don't think is talked about nearly enough in the industry. There's a big focus on the creative. I don't think there's enough to talk about the business side. So it's really, if you value that side of things, that's exactly why you should be coming to an event like this. I wouldn't even say there's events like this in London, but there's a lot more gaming focused events, shall we say, or initiatives that are kind of south of England way. There's a great hub developing or already in place in Manchester and Liverpool and across the north. I've worked with a number of very large video games businesses that are based up here that I think are keen to work with some of the kind of fledgling talent, but there just isn't that same network effect of bringing people together and people being able to share stories and everything else in the north that maybe you have down south. So I think this is a really important group to be coming together to hopefully form a bigger network up here that can help each other out. Yeah, it's never too early to start thinking about what your ultimate aspirations are for the business. So and once you understand what they are, work backwards to figure out how you then grow that and scale it. You can't live in the day-to-day as a founder or owner of a business. You need to be thinking 3 or 4 years ahead and filling into that